I'm Carla Page, and welcome to my program, Merry Christmas. And you know, I always do a big, gigantic Christmas show every year. Well, this one's going to be spectacular, and I want you to make sure you stay with us. And call all your friends and let them know we're on, okay? I've got with me this week some fabulous singers. Ooh, wait till you hear these people. Whoa, I'm telling you. You're going to fall in love with them just like I did. I have Debbie Fish here, and I have Dan Kirsner. Dan is a singer-songwriter. He's been all over. We're going to hear their backstory. And Debbie Fish is very popular. She sings all over. And the two of them, every single Friday, are down at the Cafe Coffee at 237 State Street in the heart of lovely downtown Schenectady, each and every Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But guess what? We got a lot of music we're going to do for you today. We're talking about country, pop, Christmas. I'm going to let them start off right now with two songs back to back. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get set, get on your mark. Here is Debbie Fish and Dan Kirsner. And they are Dan and Deb, or Blessings and Love. They've got two titles. Here they are.
A long time forgotten, our dreams that just fell by the way. And the good life promised ain't what she's living today. But she never complains of the bad times or bad things he's done. She just talks about the good times they've had and the good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked way that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. Yes, that good-hearted woman, loving a good-timing man. Well, he likes his bright lights, his parties, and good-timing friends. When that party's all over, to welcome him back home once again. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. Yes, that good-hearted woman, loving a good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked way that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. Yes, that good-hearted woman, loving a good-timing man. Yes, that good-hearted woman, loving a good-timing man.
Didn't I tell you? Oh my God, weren't they fabulous? You want more, right? Hey, you just never know who's going to be on the Carla Page show. You just never know. But let me tell you something. Everybody that comes on here, we have a ball, and it's so positive and so uplifting. And I couldn't wait to introduce you to Debbie and Dan. I'll start with you, Debbie. Debbie from Mariahville, New York, Debbie Fish. Now, you started out with Debbie Fish and the Crowd Pleasers. Tell me about that.
Debbie Fish and the Crowd Pleasers. It's a group that I would get different gigs, and I would take on musicians that are seasoned, that know how to play. And once I got my group together, if there was a gig, I'd call different musicians, and we just put a group together, and we would entertain at that venue or whatever we volunteered to play for.
So how long have you been singing?
I've been singing since I was in elementary school, but didn't start really doing this type of stuff till I was about, probably about 10 years ago.
Okay, all right. Because you look beautiful. I love how you look today. And, Debbie is so kind because she does come and support me. And I want to publicly thank you for being at Rivers Casino with us on February the 14th when I did my Christmas party. I thank you. I like the way that you can harmonize, but you also can do solo work yourself, correct?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay.
I sing for churches. I'll sing anywheres. I sing at garage sales. I have no problem singing anywheres.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And you like to do nursing homes?
Nursing homes, yep.
Okay.
Volunteer at them. People really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're older, I think it's something that I would like to enjoy. Upbeat music.
Yes.
And, that's where I'm at.
That's beautiful. Now, do you write as well? Do you write songs?
No, I do not. I leave that talent to somebody else.
Yeah, but I bet you can. I bet you can. You've got that gift too, I bet you. Let me say this to you, though. You have a husband of many years. How long have you been married?
47 years, and he backs me up and supports me, and I'm so grateful for that, because sometimes you're not in the house when you need to be, and he can get the cooking going so I can get that going, and I have a lovely family of 4 children and a granddaughter that I love very much.
That's beautiful. You want to say hello to your hubby?
Hi, Laverne. Hi, kids. Love yous all. Jason, Joseph, Justin, Gina, and my granddaughter, Bella.
So I just got couple other things to ask you, and then we'll go into talking with Dan. Yeah, Dan the man. Okay, so Debbie.
Yes.
What motivates you? I mean, we all have something, but what is your source of motivation?
My motivation is that my goal is to make somebody happy and sing to the heart and get to them. That brings their spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sadness in this world, and right in our times, we need to bring the spirits up. And I think music brings people together as a family unit.
Yes.
And love.
And you do country, and you also do oldies but goodies. I do want to say that you don't do just country, and you do gospel too.
Bluegrass. Yeah.
Bluegrass. Okay. Good. All right. So I'll come back to you just before we stop this. All right. Dan Kirsner. From Ticonderoga, New York, but has lived in Nashville, Tennessee. And I bet you a lot of you have seen this article that was in the paper. I want to hold it up right there. That's you. And then that is your pal, Tony King, there with you. And a lot of people have commented on this article because they did a very nice story on you in the paper. They really did. The Daily Gazette, they're awesome. And I just want to give my applause to the Daily Gazette. That's wonderful. I'm so glad they did that. All right, so tell us about you. I'll begin by saying to you, Ticonderoga. Okay, so what got you started into wanting to sing? What did it?
Well, I started out, for the first 10 years of my life, I did nothing but play guitar solos. I fell in love with Chet Atkins. I loved radio. I loved gear. So what I did is I went to Nashville to be a radio disc jockey. And as soon as I hit town, I found out that you're not going to get anybody's attention if you're not singing. So I started singing, and that's how I actually got into the singing part.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And you have been around so many big-name people. How long did you actually, Dan, live in Nashville?
15 years.
15 years. Okay. So who did you work with there?
I worked with Del Reeves, Billy Walker, Johnny Cash, Tammy Wynette, Ronnie Prophet. I met Roy Clark. I took some lessons from Chet. Just about anybody and everybody back then. They helped me get a band, and we ended up being an opening act for nothing but country music stars for 15 years of my life.
Wow, that's beautiful.
74 to 91.
I love it. I love it. So let me say this to you. Your family I met recently when I sang with you, they invited me also to their jobs that they do every single Friday downtown at the Cafe Coffee that we were talking about in Schenectady. And I met your family from Vermont. Let's talk about them. They were such nice people.
Well, my uncle Bill Hoffman is actually from Schenectady. He was born and raised here. His wife, my aunt Jean, graduated Ellis as a nurse. Uh, they have always supported me over the years when they could. Our lives went different directions, but they've always supported me, and
Very nice.
they very much believe in what I'm doing now. And,
Okay.
they're very nice people, as you know. And
Yes.
they have a fantastic son, Bill Jr., and a daughter,
Okay.
Susan.
Yeah.
And Susan lives in Connecticut. Bill lives in Saratoga, and they're just a great example of a good, solid Christian family.
Sure, sure. Wow. Yeah, I was so honored to meet them. Now you, and we're gonna have to wind this up soon, and I would like to have you all come back at another time. But you are familiar with Elvis Presley's cousin? What's
Mamie,
that about?
Mamie Gallimore. I met Mamie Gallimore many years ago in Nashville, and we lost contact in 1990. She had her own show, and she was doing a show. We were doing shows. We crossed each other's paths in a restaurant, and that's how we met.
Okay.
And we lost contact in 1990. And when I went to Wisconsin to make a record for a band in 2021, October 20,
Yes.
or actually October of 2020,
Mm-hmm.
I was online and Mamie found me.
Okay.
And she wrote me and she said, Dan, she said, I can't believe it's you. She said, if you're going to get in front of a camera, you need to look like you belong there. I said, well, I don't have the money right now for show clothes, Mamie. She said, well, I do. And she bought me show clothes, including the shirt I'm wearing today.
And I know you'll be sending this television program to her.
Oh, yes, definitely. Mamie is a dear, dear friend.
Okay. Well, I know you've got a lot of things on the internet that you always do, and you have a lot of hits and likes and all that, because he's a real internet person. I just want to, before we go into the music, because you wrote a song, Tony is your friend that you sang with, Tony King. He's on this picture article. Let's give briefly props to Tony King, and also we want to give props to my man Richard Janess at the Moon and River Cafe. And even you, Debbie, jump in, and then we'll go right. We'll finish up this segment. Go ahead.
Tony King is known as a Nashville big gun, and that's what people like him and I were. That's what they call people that work around nothing but pros. Tony was one of the premier guitarists of the 1980s. He worked for Merle Haggard. He worked for Travis Tritt. He worked for George Strait. He worked for Alan Jackson, and he worked for Reba McEntire as backup guitarist. And Tony is one of those people that can play anybody's style when he needs to,
Yes.
and is a very nice.
Yes. Him and his wife both.
Are
Great
very nice
people.
people.
Oh, I love them. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And Richard Janess,
Incredible.
too. Isn't he, though, Debbie? Richard Janess opens up his place to people. He's just a wonderful soul, too.
Richard is the reason that I'm in Schenectady.
See?
I walked in there and said to him, I said, I know Marty Wendell. He said, I know Marty Wendell, too.
Oh,
And that's how it started.
that's how it started. Wow. Well, I'd like to have you all come another time, and we'll talk more about your backstories because they're both very interesting. I have with me Debbie Fish, and I have Dan Kirsner, singer-songwriters. Debbie has got Debbie Fish and the Crowd Pleasers, but she's also with Dan. They do a lot of things. They do secular and they do sacred music, country and golden oldies, and they do just a little bit of everything, bluegrass. And I'm happy to have them here on my Christmas show. I said when I was down there at the Cafe Coffee recently singing with these two fine, lovely people, I said to Dan, write me a song. And guess what? He did it. So he's going to play that next. This song he wrote just for me. And we're going to debut it right here on the Carla Page Show. So the sound that you're going to hear next is a song that Dan wrote for me.
walk in love in all you do. Let your light of love shine through. Just let everybody see what love can really be. Walk in love in all you do. Reach out, help another stand. Remember, it is part of God's plan. The kindness that is shown by you is seen by others too. Walk in love in all you do. Stop tearing each other down. Let there be joy all around. Let all that you do be done in truth. What you give will come back to you. Just walk in love in all you do. Give back the good kindness shown to you. Just let everybody see what love can really be. Walk in love in all you do. Just let everybody see what love can really be. Walk in love in all you do. Walk in love.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
And I love the way you nailed me. You did. It's like walking in love. Yeah. Sure did.
I'm a fan of Carla Page.
Oh, thank you. And then Debbie, I heard you with your harmony in there. You two you're really unforgettable, the both of you. So, Dan, I want to see, I can't sit here and not ask you if you have played on the Grand Ole Opry stage, and I did say that to you, and you said you have.
5 times. 1980, Del Reeves got me on the Grand Ole Opry.
Mm-hmm.
And they liked me, and
Yeah.
invited me back 4 more times. I got to stand in the singer's circle.
Yes.
It's very special.
Uh-huh.
When you stand in the singer's circle at the Grand Ole Opry, all I can say, Carla, is it is as spiritual as stepping forward
Mm-hmm.
in a church.
Yes.
Because
yes.
of all the energy and the famous people that stood there.
Uh-huh.
That piece of wood
Yes.
is the one that every star has ever stood on.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the singer's circle.
Sure, sure.
And I got that honor 5 times.
Oh, wow. I've always wanted to go to Nashville, and that's a place that I will go before I leave this planet. I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. I am. You're a minister too, correct?
Yes. I graduated under Dr. Jerry Falwell, Lynchburg, Virginia, in 1985. I'm ordained. Yes.
Wow, that is something. Woo! And Debbie, I want to find out from you, where can we hear more of you? Because I like your whole flow. You know, you really and I know a lot of the young people, they look up to you. Where can we hear more of you? Where are you going to be? Where can you tell us where you're going to be performing?
Well, we'll be at Grumbelly's, me, Dan, and Tony King, on January 26th?
31st.
31st. It's on Tuesday night. And I'll also, Debbie Fish and the Crowd Pleasers, I will be playing at the Queensberry VFW on February 25th, and we'll be opening for the Kevin Platter Band that's coming from Kentucky. And so I feel honored to do that. But, you know, right around this time, it's Christmas time, and kind of spend more time with family. And then we'll be booking up, you know, as February comes.
That's beautiful. And again, Dan, thank you for my song, man.
Oh, you're
I mean
welcome.
that. My brother. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. And thank you for singing that too, Deb. All right, so guess what? I'm going to be singing with them next. Would you believe that? We're just going to have a ball here on my Christmas special. I'm Carla Page. Thanks for watching. You can't leave us now. Wait till you hear this one. When the night has come and the land is dark, want to thank my guests, my very special guests, one more time for being here to making this wonderful Christmas special even brighter. And I just appreciate them to no end. Debbie, thank you so much for coming. Debbie Fish.
Well, you're welcome, Carla. Thank you for asking.
Dan Kirsner. I told Debbie how lovely she looked, and I didn't tell you how sharp you look.
Thank you.
You're looking good, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being here.
It was a lot of fun. I'd like to do it again sometime.
I'd like to have you do it. We're going to close with a gospel tune called When the Saints Go Marching In. Oh, when the saints go marching